Now it's time for Seller Die's two biggest reasons that your sales reps are not making quota. And if you happen to be a sales rep, why don't you listen up, because this can help you too. So Jenny, what's the first big reason?
The first big reason is value. Sales reps are not providing value. They're showing up and they're talking about their products, they're talking about their services, they're talking about themselves.
How great they are.
Of course, they're the best in the world, aren't they?
Yep.
But they're not talking about or helping the customer see the value that they can offer and making it in the customer's way of thinking. So if the customer cares about a certain color or type or whatever, they're not putting it in those terms. They're talking about the features and the benefits rather than what the customer actually cares about. So the customer is not seeing value.
Let me put my 2 cents on that one.
Go for it.
It has to, something has to occur after a person takes ownership. And if you can get them to visualize what happens and how they win after they take ownership, that's where value occurs. You know, there's this intersection between sales crap and value. And right here is ownership. And that's right after they make the purchase.
So you think about like how you're going to feel after you own it, or
Exactly.
what it's going to do for you
And the
after you own
salesperson
it.
can put that into their vision.
But the salesperson is missing that. And as a sales manager, you have to wonder, why are they missing that? Do they not see the value themselves? Are they just overtrained on features and benefits?
I have a two-part answer for mine.
Okay, let's hear it.
One is they're not getting to the decision maker, the real decision maker. And it's because, this is part two, they don't understand how that decision is going to be made. So the sales rep goes in and says, are you the decision maker? And some guy lies and says yes, and they believe it. And then they say, well, we have this meeting and we decide on who's going to get it. So this is my recommendation. You never ask, are you the decision maker? Rather, if you're a sales manager right now, this is how you have to teach your reps to get to the decision maker, because that's their biggest complaint. I couldn't get to the right guy. All the rep has to do is say, how will this decision be made? Not are you. How do you make the decision? And then the customer says, well, we get a group of people together and we decide. And the rep is supposed to say, okay, then what? Well, then we take it to the CFO to get his initials, but he always goes along with what we say. That's a bunch of crap. So now I know that the CFO is going to make the decision. I'm even going to say, then what? Well, anything over 50,000, the boss has to, the CEO has to. So the CEO is the guy who's going to decide. You think it's people sitting around a table who can't decide what color toilet paper to buy without their daddy. And so I'm challenging you that that's the process. How will the decision be made? Then what? And if you're a sales leader, a sales manager, you better teach your salespeople that strategy.